Here's the situation. Porsche wrote to me telling me not to drive my 911 Turbo S, which is ironic really, because like most Porsche owners, I bought it to do precisely that, to drive it every day as my car. However, their reason was, apparently due to a faulty part, one of the wheels could fall off. In their letter, they actually state, a wheel falling off can increase the risk of crash or injury. Yes, a wheel falling off your 650 horsepower 911, I'd say could significantly increase the risk of a crash. So while it's off the road, they've lent me a Range Rover Velour, you know the one. It's all right, it's transport, but I thought I can do better as a daily driver. Much better, which is why I've gone over to the other side, Ferrari, and I'm gonna have a go in this. Some are calling it the ultimate daily driver. The brand new Ferrari Purosangue, Purosangue. It's that. It's a fancy Ferrari name. It's one of these. Let's see. Fact of the matter is, this is difficult for me to be objective in talking about this car because I don't get modern Ferraris. They just, for whatever reason, they don't float my boat. A bit like football. I don't get that either, but I fully accept every weekend, millions of people revel in football and get a lot of pleasure from it. So you can't argue with it. For some people, this is an absolute dream. So I'm going to try and bear that in mind. No, I'm not. I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't see the point. One thing I mustn't do is call it an SUV, even though everybody is calling it that. Ferrari insist it's not, it's an FUV. I don't know what that is. It could stand for various things. I'll leave it to you. What have we got then? A 6.5 litre V12 up front, putting out over 700 horsepower, 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. So it's not actually as fast as 60 as my 911 Turbo S, although the wheels will probably stay on this. And I've got to say, first drive, this feels, well, right now, every other Ferrari in the country is wrapped up in its garage. But on this day, on this road, in this weather, what other Ferrari would I want to be? Should also remember, this is the week in which a certain Jeremy Clarkson came out in his newspaper column as liking a Porsche 911 Turbo S. So, changes in the air. Maybe this is the car that changes my mind and I start to like modern Ferraris. It's not doing that so far. As a practical car, yeah, there's 4 seats, 4 doors. The rear 2 are suicide doors, like in a Mazda RX-8. Love a suicide door. There is a boot. You'd get a suitcase in it, but I guess anybody driving in one of these will just buy new stuff at the end of their journey. They're going to be rich because the car costs £313,000 base, and then the extras do kind of add up. The yellow design flashes, that's 14.5 grand, not including the painted badge, that's another 6.5. And then there's the colour, this blue, optional extra, 22.5 grand. How? They're going to paint it anyway, so that's just to open a tin of blue rather than a tin of red. I've just realised the DRIVETRIBE van is blue with little accents on it in almost exactly the same places as on this. But you didn't have to pay 30 odd grand to have that done. It's 480 grand. I think it's hilarious. I love that there are people out there bonkers enough to do that, and I shall applaud the first one of these that drives past. You, sir or madam, are brilliant. Thank you for being that mad. I applaud you. But we are in a realm here where price, money is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Most buyers will probably be just buying one of these on their way to getting permission to buy the latest Ferrari hypercar. So it doesn't really matter. It does feel light. It does feel nimble. I'm not going to exercise a lot of that today because I'm on a wet Welsh mountain road. And I don't want to smear £500,000 worth of Ferrari across the landscape. There would be shouting. I really don't like it, I'm sorry. Oh, stop beeping at me because of the white lines in the road. I could turn that system off, but that would mean using the infotainment thing through this central dial, which is complicated and fiddly to use whilst driving. Put it this way, much like my 911, where the wheel falling off can increase the risk of crash or injury, using the infotainment on this, I think, increases the risk more than a wheel coming off. How do I turn the seat heater off? That's memory settings for the seat. That's to open the boot. Rear auto, rear off. I think that's how I... Is it? No. I feel so old. I had a Ferrari, a 550, and I loved it. Big old V12 up front, and that's about it, really. That's from the era when you bought a Ferrari, you were buying an engine and a car came with it. This, yes, it's got a V12, but it's... What you're buying is a bank of computers with a V12 buried somewhere in it. But I'm the worst person in the world to review a Ferrari because I don't get them. I don't like little buttons on the steering wheel and indicators in the wrong place and all of that. I don't. But that's not a review, is it? That's my personal opinion. This feels immensely competent, capable, sure-footed, powerful, bloody fast. And if you like Ferraris, boom, there it is. I was trying to think how to sum up this car. Is it the Ferrari that's turned me back onto a marque that I haven't really liked since cars of the 70s? Is it the Ferrari you can use every day? But no, it kind of sums itself up, because I was wrong earlier when I said they'd ask for £6,500 to paint their badge on the side of the car. No, it's £9,500. £9,500 to paint that. You could get Michelangelo to paint the badge on for that. I'd paint my company name on the side of your car for free. But no, you'd be paying £9,500 to advertise their company and what a mug you are. I'm pretty cross at Porsche for selling me a 200 grand 911, but it turns out can lose a wheel. But I'd be a lot more cross at Ferrari for asking £9,500 to paint their badge on my car. It's just... I would genuinely and for real far rather have a Dacia Duster and a house.